Apple just fixed the no. One reason why people don't buy MacBooks. For the longest time, there has been one thing that has held MacBooks back from being truly great laptops, and that was the lack of ports. Over the years, Apple has slowly been adding back ports to their laptops. For example, in 2015, we got USB-C with the MacBook, but we lost the SD card slot and the MagSafe charger. In 2017, we got another USB-C port, but still no MagSafe charger. And then in 2019, we got 3 USB-C ports, but still no SD card slot or MagSafe charger. It wasn't until 2021 that we finally got an SD card slot back, but still no MagSafe charger. But now in 2023, Apple finally brought back the MagSafe charger, which is huge news. But first, I want to go over some of the things that made this MacBook purchase decision so hard in the past. The main reason why people don't buy MacBooks is because they're typically more expensive than Windows laptops that have similar specs. For example, if you want a MacBook with an M1 chip, you can't buy one for anything less than $800. But you can get a Dell XPS 13 with an Intel i5 chip for like $650. Now, yes, the MacBook will perform better, but a lot of people aren't really concerned about performance and are willing to sacrifice it for a cheaper price. Another reason is because of the lack of ports. Typically, when you buy a MacBook, you have to buy dongles along with it because you can only connect one external monitor. And if you use an SD card, you have to buy an adapter. And if you use a MagSafe charger, you take up one of those USB-C ports. So effectively, you're paying extra for something that you're not able to use. And the third reason is because Apple makes it very hard to upgrade certain things like storage. For example, if you want to upgrade your MacBook Air from 256 gigs to 512 gigs, you're looking at an extra $200. It's a pretty big chunk of change for what is effectively an internal SSD. Now, the good news is that Apple is addressing all of these issues. First off, they addressed the port issue by bringing back the MagSafe charger. This means that you won't have to worry about taking up one of those precious USB-C ports. You can effectively turn your MacBook into a 4-port laptop. If you do decide to buy dongles, the second issue is slightly alleviated. And if you need more than 2 USB-C ports, you could always buy a USB-C hub. Apple also addressed the issue of having to buy extra storage by making it so you can now upgrade your storage online after you buy the MacBook for an extra $100. Now that is still a pretty big chunk of change, but at least you don't have to pay the $200 up front. The last issue is the performance difference between a MacBook and a similarly priced Windows laptop. And that is something that Apple can't really address because Apple Silicon is just more efficient than Intel chips. It's also easier to cool and doesn't require a fan, so Apple has nothing to improve upon. Overall, I think Apple made the right move. They should have brought back the MagSafe charger before adding any more ports. Because think about it, if you have a MacBook with a MagSafe charger, would you even need an extra USB-C port? No. So it kind of makes sense to leave out that extra port in order to make the laptop thinner and lighter. Plus, the MagSafe charger is color matched, which makes the laptop look way better. Let me know if you agree with this. Also, if you want to see some crazy tech shorts, stay tuned.